from Barstool Sports, Joey Mulinaro stopping in at 8:30 here this morning. Good morning, Joe. How are you?
What's up, guys? I missed you last week.
Yeah, it's been a while, bro. It's been a while.
You missed. Joey, I got to ask.
It's funny. My mom last week, about Thursday or so, my mom was like, "Did you do the? Did you do T-Bob's show this week?"
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So sorry, Jordy.
That's all good.
Hell yeah,
I've become
Mama.
used to it, Joe.
Oh yeah, Mom. Well, you got to understand though. Me and your father's name's Joe, right, Joey?
Correct. Yep.
So we all got very close on the Rule the Galaxy podcast, which him and his dad do, which is a Star Wars podcast. And because I'm a psychopath about Last Jedi, I went on there and I think I yelled at them for an hour about why Last Jedi is a good movie.
It was legitimately an hour. About the 35-minute mark, I just started scrolling on my phone, and somehow my dad was still listening. But
well, see, and then if you remember back, and let's talk about motivations behind this. Yeah, no. So I could talk about it. But Joey, we both got. I don't know how tricked you got because you work with this guy. But last week, somebody tweeted, "This is a picture of Joe Burrow's room. It was an incredible Star Wars room, top to bottom." I'm like, oh, my God, dude. Me and Joey got to try to get him on for a Star Wars podcast. It's going to be great. Only come to find out that is Jeff Lowe's room. That also works over there at Barstool. Did you think that was Joe Burrow's room when you saw those pictures?
Dude, for the first, yes, 100%. I really did. And literally, me and T-Bob were 10-year-old kids again. I texted him and was like, "Bro, oh my God, did you see the lightsaber that he has up? Oh my God, it's crazy."
We were hyped.
Trying to get him on to do a live watch of a Star Wars episode or a movie or something. And what's funny is that I do these live streams with Jeff, and that's legitimately the background is what was in that picture.
Yeah.
And I still was wanting so badly for that to be Joey B's room.
I know.
That I just bought into it immediately. I mean, that's a fake news out there, guys. I mean, it'll get you.
It's tough, man. It's tough out there. Talking to Joey Mulinaro here on Off the Bench. Joey, y'all have you've been doing so much good content, like impressions, whatever. But some of the best stuff, and I know something that a lot of listeners have been loving, is the Coach Doug's coverage. Big Cat has somehow made NCAA football relevant again. He had 40,000 people on Twitch watching the other day. What's it been like following the rise, the peaks and valleys of a fake coach's career, I guess?
Yeah, it's my wife is not happy about it, right? Because I'm sitting there as invested in this NCAA 14 video game as I would be watching the Steelers or LSU in the Final Four last year, on the edge of my seat, yelling at Doug that B is wide open. And she is like, "You have got to be kidding me." But I mean, what else are we supposed to do, dude? This is the perfect thing during this time. If I'm going to watch anything, I'm going to watch football, whether it's a video game or not. And so that's what I tell her. I'm like, well, right, this is actually happening in a way, live. I could be just replaying old games from 2008 when the Steelers went to the Super Bowl when we already know the outcome. So if you balance those two, then I think that I'm, choosing the better option here. That's just my opinion.
So speaking of the Steelers, Joey, obviously, as you said, massive Steelers fan. You love Big Ben. I've been loving Big Ben's look throughout the offseason. But did I see this correctly? Has he cleaned it up? Did he get faded up and trimmed up?
You guys kind of look like brothers, or you look like brothers there for a little bit.
I know, I loved it.
With the unkept beard and everything like that, just kind of hanging. But yes, that was a big thing on yesterday, dude. He trimmed the beard. He released. I had no idea that he even knew what a hype video was. Apparently, Juju Smith-Schuster has just been in his ear because that was more of a surprise than seeing him throw. Is that he made that announcement in that fashion. I was very, very surprised, but happily surprised by that. So his beard's not shaved, it's trimmed. So it's more kept. It looks better now. It's he doesn't have as much chubby face going on with that big timber beard, but that means that he's throwing. That means that he's back. That means that he's fit. And I've been calling it the Big Ben Revenge Tour, man. It's on. It's happening, and everybody better get on board right now because people are going to regret everything they've been saying about him for the last year and a half.
I mean, it's tough. Look, you got the Ravens at 14-2 last year, MVP. I think Baker will be good in Cleveland, but I thought that last year, and obviously I was wrong. Burrow and the Bengals, I don't think you have to worry about yet. What is the feeling in Pittsburgh though? Are you thinking you thinking the Steelers are going to get the Ravens?
Yes. I think that this is playing out perfectly. Everybody's going to be on the Cleveland hype train like they are every single year at this time. Nobody wins more off-season trophies than the Cleveland Browns.
Georgia.
Every single year.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, Georgia Bulldogs and the Cleveland Browns.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Absolutely. So they're going to do that. The new Madden curse is going to happen with Lamar this year. I think he's a great player. Player, but let's just call it how it is. You know what I mean? We haven't seen sustained. I'm getting into Kuiper now.
I just noticed that. I was not saying you were the Kuiper rhythm. You can't help it. You start talking to Phil.
That's coming from a guy like Lamar Jackson. See, here's the deal. We're going to lay just kind of in the weeds, right? Big Ben's going to come back, and then we're going to pounce like a snake, man, like a freaking rattlesnake. We're going to pounce this year. And are going to be 12-4 or 13-3. Big Ben revenge tour 2020 starting right now.
Talking to Joey Mulinaro here on Off the Bench, and so Joey, you're a Pittsburgh fan, but you're from Indiana. You're a huge Pacers fan, right?
Yeah, love the Pacers.
What have you been watching Last Dance? What was it like, kind of reliving that Reggie Miller 7-game battle with MJ?
That wasn't your mom, Karen, was it?
She had a few people hitting me out there like, blonde? Mom there in the front row? Is that you? And I was like, no, we never could have afforded seats right behind the Bulls bench. So we didn't have to worry about that, unfortunately. But yeah, dude, it's painful, man. The Pacers throughout our history have just been the second fiddle, like Harry Potter's stepchild underneath the staircase. Whether it's the Bulls or whether it was the Heat, I mean, we're always like, oh, the team that could, and we just can't get over the hump. But you'll appreciate this, T-Bob. I always say about the Pacers, they're always the Padawan, never the Jedi.
There you go. You just can't make the jump, dude.
They can't.
The Jedi is Dave Portnoy. He has mastered marketing. I mean,
Crazy.
This guy has taken Barstool Sports and turned it into a $100 million company. And earlier this week, he jumped on the Call Her Daddy podcast and gave all the information. Just went full transparency to the listener, and it has elevated up to the #1 podcast in the country. As an employee, to me, I love this stuff, Joey. As somebody that works for him and works with Barstool, when you guys see this, what are your thoughts? Man,
it's interesting. I love that working for somebody like him, like you said. You're always going to know where you stand. So it could be a good thing and a bad thing. But, me, Midwestern me, dude, I try to just kind of shy away and Irish goodbye myself through all this news and controversy. I'll let El Prez be at the forefront doing what he does, and I'm going to be loyal to him. If he needs me, I'll be right there.
Yes.
I'll be right behind him on anything that he needs. But I'm not going to, be the one to kind of stir anything up. I'm going to just kind of sit back, write my blogs about, Pop-Tarts, and then do some impressions or some videos. And that's what I'm going to do. So I don't know, like I said, that's a Midwestern in me, just kind of shying away from being at the forefront with that. But I'm going to let El Prez keep doing his thing there.
That's my entire working philosophy. Just try to stay off the boss's radar, right? I mean, you're good to go. You're good to go. Just
exactly. Yeah. It's kind of like Creed from The Office.
You know?
Like if you're just kind of, scooting around in the back and, people don't really know, you answer what you do once every 2 or 3 months, and then you're good, So that's kind of the approach that I'd take.
Give me the Jimmy Fallon story.
Yeah, dude, you guys didn't see it? So I did. I've been trying to work on some new impressions and things like that. And, last week, I had been toying around with the Jimmy Fallon one. I was like, all right, I feel pretty good about this. Let's release it. And so the skit was Jimmy Fallon interviewing Adam Driver.
He was really good. The Adam Driver dude with the little smile
right.
and the hey, and the Adam Driver was sneaky good.
Right. Thank you. And so I did that, and it caught fire. And I was like, oh hell yeah, sweet. I can add another one to my arsenal here. But then Fallon quote tweeted it.
No way.
Yeah, Fallon quote tweeted it, and he kind of, it was being a little snide, tongue in cheek. Was like, your Adam Driver needs work. And he put a smiley emoji after it. So I was like, all right, I think I'm in. And then he follows me.
Yeah.
So now I got Fallon to follow me. And, what's funny about Fallon that I found is that, like, he is always, when he's interviewing somebody, it's like something is going on behind the person he's interviewing that he's trying to keep them from looking behind them. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's stealing their TV behind them, and Fallon is doing everything he can to distract them, to get them to not look behind them. That's how he interviews, essentially. So if you haven't seen that video, it's my pinned tweet right now. You can go check it out and give me some Fallon feedback there. But
it's kind of crazy, Joey, because like Fallon, like that was wasn't that one of his core things coming up? Like he's a great impressionist. So it's got to feel good to get love from others who have cut their teeth in the same way.
Right, and so what I'm so happy about is that obviously, huge Adam Sandler fan like everybody else, but one of Fallon's impressions that got him on SNL was his Sandler impression. So now I feel like I'm in this kind of like weird connectivity where Sandler was impersonated by Fallon, and now Fallon's being impersonated by me. And, it feels like this awesome, cool little connection between Sandler to Fallon to me here. But anyways, man, I looked up to him for a long time. So just cool stuff up here in Indy.
So, Joe, somebody if Fallon called you and books you on the show and says, come give us 3 minutes of stand-up on the Jimmy Fallon show, what impression are you going to?
Dude, see, that's what I would hope that he wouldn't do stand-up. I would hope that he would be like, hey, let's do Wheel of Impressions together.
Yeah.
And, we could do 5 minutes or whatever, 3 impressions each, like I could do like Jimmy Fallon talking about, out to eat food, Coach O talking about coronavirus, whatever it is. And so that's what I'm hoping. I'm gonna keep going at him and see if we can get something here during quarantine. I mean, what the hell else is he doing? Like we could fit something in. So maybe not stand up, but I'm hoping for a Wheel of Impression on the Tonight Show.
Always appreciate your time, Joe. Talk to you next week.
All right, fellas. Later.